If a man is truly, secretly, beginning to fall for you, he will not ask himself the questions most women expect. His internal monologue is not a simple calculation of compatibility or a checklist of attractive qualities. That is the language of the ego, the superficial mind that assesses a potential partner. But falling, truly falling, is not an action of the ego. It is an act of spiritual surrender, a terrifying and involuntary descent. When a man encounters a woman whose very presence destabilizes his reality, a woman who operates not from a place of need, but from a place of wholeness, the questions he asks himself are not about her, they are about him. They are about the very nature of his existence, and they are the first tremors of a psychic earthquake that will either destroy him or set him free. Before these questions can even form, he must first experience a profound state of disruption. This woman, a woman who has done the grueling work of integrating her own shadow, who is at peace in her own solitude, is a psychic anomaly. He is accustomed to a world of transactional relationships, a game of push and pull, of validation sought and given. But she does not play. Your authenticity is not a strategy, it is a state of being. Your peace is not a performance, it is a fortress. And when he stands before this fortress, his entire arsenal of charm, wit, and status is rendered useless. He feels a magnetic pull towards a mystery he cannot solve, a peace he cannot conquer. This is the moment the first question begins to form, not in clear language, but as a deep, unsettling feeling in his gut. He watches you move through the world, unburdened by the frantic anxiety he has always accepted as normal. He sees you hold your ground without aggression. He feels the unnerving calm in your presence, a quietness that is not empty, but full. And as he goes back to his own life, a life of noise, of striving, of a constant low-grade tension he never even noticed before, the silence you left behind begins to echo. He finds himself asking the first secret question, often in a moment of quiet frustration with his own world. Is this all a lie? He is not asking if you are a lie. He is asking if his entire life is a lie. He is questioning the very reality he has built. Is the constant hustle for more money, more status, more validation truly the path to happiness? Is the emotional armor he wears a sign of strength, or is it a prison cell? Your peace has become the standard against which he now measures the chaos of his own existence, and his existence is being found wanting. You have not offered him an opinion or a philosophy. You have simply, by being you, held up a mirror to his soul, and the reflection he sees is that of a man running on a treadmill in a cage he built for himself. This question is the first crack in the foundation of his ego. He is not falling for you. He is beginning to fall out of love with the life he thought he wanted, and that is a far more dangerous and profound event. The first question does not bring him peace. It brings a new kind of torment. To suspect your entire life is a lie is to become a ghost in your own home, an actor in your own play. The trophies on his shelf seem hollow. The praise of his peers sounds like noise. The very structure of his ambition feels like a cage he has willingly decorated. And in the center of this quiet existential crisis, you exist as a silent, constant reminder of another way of being. He finds himself studying you, not as a potential lover, but as an emissary from a foreign land, a land of inner peace he never knew existed. He watches how you handle conflict, not by winning, but by remaining centered. He sees how you navigate disappointment, not with drama, but with a stoic resilience that is both baffling and beautiful. He observes your joy, a quiet, radiant state that seems to come from within, not from external validation. He has spent his life believing that strength is an external force, a suit of armor, a fortified wall, a weapon to be wielded. Your strength, however, is an internal state. You are not armored, you are anchored. You are not defended, you are simply whole. And his soul, in its infinite and repressed wisdom, recognizes the difference. It knows that his strength is brittle and yours is absolute. This is the moment he becomes acutely, painfully aware of his own performance. In your presence, he feels the weight of his own mask. The charming stories feel like lies. The confident pronouncements feel like hollow boasts. He is a boy playing dress-up in his father's suit, and he has just walked into a room with a true queen. And so the second question is born from this newfound sense of inadequacy, an inadequacy that has nothing to do with his looks or his bank account, and everything to do with the quality of his spirit. He looks at your unwavering, authentic light, and he asks himself the most terrifying question a man can ask. Am I strong enough to stand in her fire? Do you understand what he is truly asking? He is not asking if he is good enough for you in the conventional sense. He is asking if he has the courage to be seen. Your presence is a crucible. It burns away everything that is not real. To be with you, to truly connect with you, would require him to take off his own armor, to set down his weapons, to stand before you, psychologically naked, and trust that he would not be annihilated. The fire is your truth, your clarity, your refusal to participate in illusion. And his deepest terror is that if he were to step into that fire, the man he has always pretended to be would be incinerated, and the man left standing in the ashes would be small, weak, and unworthy. He is not afraid that you will reject him. He is afraid that in your presence, he will have to reject himself. This question marks a profound shift. He is no longer questioning his life. He is questioning the very fiber of his own character. This second question plunges him into a profound internal conflict. One part of him, the ego, screams for retreat. It tells him to run back to the familiar world of safe women, women who admire the mask and never ask to see the face behind it. It is a world of comfort, validation, and predictable illusion. But another part of him, his soul, the part Carl Jung would call the nascent self, is captivated. It has tasted the possibility of a real connection, of a life lived in truth, and it will not easily be silenced. He is now caught in a psychic crossfire between his own cowardice and his own potential. He knows on a level that transcends logic that a relationship with you is not just a relationship. It is a path. It is a journey of individuation, a call to adventure for his own soul. To choose you would be to choose the difficult, terrifying, but ultimately liberating work of becoming a whole man. This is not a role he has ever considered for a woman. Women, in his past experience, have been partners, accessories, reflections, or even adversaries. But never a catalyst, never a guide. He is standing at a crossroads, and the choice is not between a single woman and a life of solitude, but between his past and his future, between the boy he was and the man he could be. This intense internal debate, this weighing of his own courage against his own comfort, leads him to the third and final question. This question is not born of fear, but of a desperate, flickering hope. It is the question that signifies he has moved from being merely disrupted by you to being secretly devoted to the possibility you represent. He stops thinking about the risks and starts, tentatively, to think about the reward. He imagines a life by your side, a life where he no longer has to perform, where he can finally lay down the exhausting burden of his own persona. He envisions a connection so real it redefines reality itself. And in this moment of profound longing, he asks himself the final, transformative question. What kind of king would I have to become to build a kingdom with this queen? Listen carefully to the language of this question. He is no longer asking if he is strong enough or good enough, questions born of a feeling of lack. This question is generative. It is about becoming. He has instinctively understood the most crucial principle of the divine feminine and masculine. He knows you are not looking for a man to rule over you, nor are you looking for a man to rescue you. You are a sovereign of your own inner kingdom. You are already a queen. Therefore, you do not need a prince consort, a court jester, or a tyrant. The only man who could possibly stand beside you as an equal is a man who has built a kingdom of his own. This is a radical shift in his entire understanding of love and relationship. He realizes that the price of admission to your world is not a grand gesture of seduction, but the quiet, arduous work of building his own inner sovereignty. He must become a man of integrity, a man who is at peace in his own solitude, a man whose word is his bond, a man who has faced his own shadow and is no longer afraid of the dark. The focus of his quest has turned completely inward. He understands that he cannot win you. He can only become worthy of you. And the work of becoming that king is now the most compelling, most terrifying, and most meaningful adventure of his life. His secret love for you has ceased to be about you at all. It has become the catalyst for his own heroic journey. This final question is the beginning of his quiet transformation. The war in his soul is not over, but the objective has changed. He is no longer fighting against his attraction to you. He is now fighting against the parts of himself that are unworthy of that attraction. You will not see this transformation happen in grand, sweeping gestures. It will happen in the subtle shifts in his behavior, in the new weight of his presence, in the growing silence of his own ego. He will stop trying to impress you. The charming stories, the subtle boasts, the need to control the conversation, these will begin to fall away. He will start to listen, not just to your words, but to the space between them. He is no longer gathering data to solve a puzzle. He is trying to learn a new language, the language of your soul. He will begin to take responsibility for his own emotional state. He will stop blaming the world for his frustrations and start the difficult work of looking inward. You may hear him speak of a new book he is reading, a new practice he is undertaking. Subtle signs that he has begun the solitary work of building his kingdom. Most profoundly, he will begin to respect your boundaries, not as obstacles to be overcome, but as the sacred walls of a reality he deeply admires and hopes to emulate. He will stop pushing against your no and will start to cherish the rarity and value of your yes. He is learning, in his own clumsy way, the first principle of a conscious relationship, that true intimacy is not the merging of two half people, but the respectful collaboration of two whole and sovereign kingdoms. Do you understand the power of what has happened here? You have inspired a man to begin his own journey of individuation, and you have done it by doing nothing at all. You did not cajole him, you did not fix him, you did not lecture him. You simply, and with unwavering commitment, focused on being the queen of your own life. You built your own kingdom first. Your wholeness was not a lure or a tactic, it was an invitation. It was a silent testament to the possibility of a more authentic way of being, and his soul, hungry for truth, accepted the call. This is the ultimate secret of feminine power. It has nothing to do with seduction or manipulation, and everything to do with embodiment. The woman who inspires this level of transformation in a man is the woman who has first demanded it of herself. He is not falling for you. He is falling into the slipstream of your own becoming, and in the process, he is finally, terrifyingly, beautifully becoming himself. Whether your two paths ultimately merge into one is not the point. The sacred work has already been done. His secret questions have led him to the only answer that has ever mattered. The man he needs to become has been inside him all along.